Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and whatnots and way beyonds. Today, I want to tell you that we in the United States are under what amounts to a group of military dictators controlling various sections of the nation. I can prove this, and I will do so in links that you will find in the description terms in this video that I'm placing on YouTube. I am Kurt Brown, also known as Saint Rambone. I'm an investigative journalist in finance and medicine. The Writ of Habeus Corpus was meant to give us a right to go before trial so that we could not be held illegally by basically small-time rogue dictators as we have here in the United States. C to shining C, or C to signing C, at least in my experience, from Gulf Coast to the Pacific Coast, and of course Washington, D.C. I was an Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation bank examiner. I suspect foul play inside the high finance department, things that many do not know about. I'm trained in finance and medicine. I know that the federal government has started injecting us. I can contrast the Writ of Habeus Corpus in a link versus Arizona's Title 36-520 law that allows people to be held and injected and knocked unconscious by anyone in the power inside the hospital who has the power or in the state government. You can be knocked unconscious. I know of a regional director in San Francisco's FDIC who was shot in his head in his office, claimed to be suicide. As far as we know, if he had been under that law, he could have been placed under arrest by God knows who, detained, shot, brought back to the office, and said he committed suicide. This law habeas corpus is. In Los Angeles, I was forcibly injected before I ever went to court by a federal official. It was on VA property, but I think it was probably Secret Service or FBI. I had been investigating a murder at the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Never investigate anything inside the government. That's not my point today. Since we've lost the writ of habeas corpus, you can be held and detained for simply reporting something such as a toxic spill and having a burn on your neck. The hospital can charge you money for this in Arizona under their Title 36-520 law. In California, I was forcibly injected and detained on federal property. I was simply moving with all my belongings, parked outside of all the belongings were legally on, yet they forcibly injected me, detained me, took me to court. As far as I know, they had me sign a statement. How do I know they didn't run my brains out with a wire? It's hard what's going on in the United States. And particularly if you look at Arizona's Title 36-520 law, you'll see at the bottom of it says something about children also. When we have lost all our rights, people are being killed, the government looks the other way. We're basically under military rule. Many people do not care about each other. Underneath it is the bonobo monkey that has clashed his heads out on the West Coast, made the best, and now they're going to take the test. The bonobo monkey, the combination of the Asian A-type blood, the combination of the American Indian A-type blood, and the combination of the Northern European A-type blood. The bonobo monkey, the smartest of all the apes, the one who was the most procreative and laid the most layers of paint. A few others jumped in just to keep us human, including the gorilla and the rhesus. When I want to describe history and the fatality and stupidity of it, I look at the apes. It's a very simple equation from what information I have at my fingertips, so sometimes I feel like I'm completely deceived. It's a loss of the writ of habeas corpus. A regional director was killed at the FDIC. Loss of a right to a hearing. Thomas Crane Wells killed in Seattle. He was shot in his head. They said it was anarchist. I bet my sweet ass as a bank examiner it was straight some big money operation. They might have used an anarchist. I wouldn't mind working at the FDIC, but they terminated me because I would not sleep with my boss. I was afraid they would do something to me medically. We were at a Bank of Honolulu exam, and the last time a sailor there was there of my stature, he was probably found floating face up in Pearl Harbor. I would never do the Navy again either. Neither. The writ of habeas corpus is very important to us. Even in Alabama, they can knock you down. They can jam chemicals up your nose. They don't have to have a law to say they can do it. You're never really safe. It's that false delusion of safety. I'm encouraging young people to look at other nations. Beware of the bonobo monkey and all those things wrapped in the smell of monkey poo. This is Kurt Brown, alias St. Rambone, Mobile Audit Club. Google search Mobile Audit Club for proof of all these things. Where the buffalo roam, and there is no home where the buffalo roam. Flies, flies in the devil's triangle. Flies, flies in the devil's triangle. Flies.